Ghosts of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Carl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars David Soul, A. Martinez. Tonight's episode, Hall of Mirrors.
Right. Okay. Will you back up a little, folks? Come on, folks. Give us a little room, please.
You, Mr. Gomez?
Sí.
Hold it back.
Perdóname, pero yo no hablo inglés. Yo hice la llamada. Aquí está, aquí adentro.
¿Sabe usted quién es?
Sí, se llama José Seo.
Officer Ruiz. Get me homicide.
I just keep thinking all these terrible things. He's 78 years old, and he's never been gone all night before. In the 50 years we've been married. Oh, I'm sorry, Inspector Martin. I don't mean to keep going to pieces like this.
It's all right, Mrs. Elliott. We're here to help.
You've already helped. Just listening.
We'll be looking, too. Now, I'm sure everything will be all right. Someone will call you the moment we hear anything.
Bless you. I won't be keeping you anymore.
I'll show you the way out.
Oh, I'll find it all right. Oh, dear.
What is it?
My bus fare. I don't have it.
Oh, well, here. Here, I do.
Oh, no.
No, please, take it. That's all right.
Oh, are you sure? Oh, thank you again, Inspector. Oh.
Morning, Lieutenant.
What did you give her?
Just bus fare.
A fin?
Well, her husband's been missing all night. He's 78.
78 years old and never been gone all night before. Not in the 50 years that they've been married. Welcome to the club, kid.
You mean that whole number was a put-on?
The bus she's gonna get on that $5 is gonna keep her in the tank for the rest of the week. Where's Keller?
Well, I tried reaching him at home like you asked, but...
I know, he's got his own night shift going. You, grab a coat.
Me?
Yeah, you. Aren't you the guy that was squawking? You've been here for 5 days and haven't seen any action? Well, now you've got it.
What happened?
Shooting down in the produce market.
It's in the Mission District, isn't it?
On the edge of it, yeah.
Look, if this is going to run into much time, maybe you better take somebody else. I've got a stack of reports here that I promised to see when I get out today.
Reports can wait. The body can't. Now move it.
No description, Lieutenant. He only saw the men from the rear.
Well, what do you think, Ruiz?
Well, he's a stubborn guy, but I think he's telling the truth.
He says he saw 3 guys leaving at, what's this, 4:30?
Right.
And he found the body at 7.
Well, most of the farm trucks have left by then. He and Zale always grab a cup of coffee about that time.
He didn't hear any shooting?
Too many trucks, too much noise.
But he remembers seeing 3 guys filing into a small, light-colored car. What did they get?
Well, he says a bundle.
Well, what's a bundle?
Well, every Thursday afternoon, Zale gets a big shipment of artichokes from Castroville. He pays the growers off in cash, maybe a couple of grand.
Every Thursday. Anybody else know about that?
Senor Gomez, ¿quién más sabía del dinero?
Pues te digo la verdad, no estoy seguro. A lo mejor un señor mexicano que le ayudaba.
You had a helper. Mexican. ¿Cómo se llama?
Rafael Díaz. Se renunció hace un par de meses.
That's it. Mexican quit a couple of months ago. Came back and took what he never earned in his life.
Ask him if he thinks one of those 3 guys could have been this Rafael Díaz.
Señor, pudiera ser Rafael Díaz, uno de los 3 hombres que se vio.
¿Uno de los 3? Pues... sí, puede ser. Es posible.
You got that? Why don't you ask him where he lives? Hey, where did you pick up the Spanish?
What?
Spanish, you handle it pretty good.
Oh, yeah, well, I had a couple of years in high school.
I don't remember seeing that on your 201 when it came across my desk.
I don't know that much.
It's more than I know. Sí, gracias, and mucho gracias. That's about my extent. Take the back door.
Who is it?
Police. We're looking for a Rafael Diaz. Is it all right if I come in?
He's not here.
Well, I can get a warrant if that's what you want. Are you Mrs. Diaz?
Miss, Rafael is my brother.
But you two live here alone?
We live with my father. He's gone to work. I've told you, my brother is not here. Now... No!
Got him coming out the back. Get in there.
I could not stop him, Rafi.
Move it. Well, he's been there before. Turn around, Diaz.
What's with this Diaz, man? My name is Pancho Villa.
Jim, take it easy, Jim.
Yeah, take it easy, Jim. I ain't seen no ID, man. Farah, well, you know, I'm Diaz, but...
Where you been today?
Nowhere. He was here all morning.
I'm asking him.
That's the answer, man. All morning I've been here.
Watch your mouth, punk.
Siquiera tengo boca. Te diré lo que parece la tuya, anglo puerco. Let's go.
Jim! You get him from here, and I'll go out front.
Right.
It's my ankle.
Don't worry. We'll get him.
We had him.
Just can't trust you alone anymore, can I, huh?
Where were you all morning?
One morning without me and you break your ankle.
Don't you ever answer the phone?
Not when it's in the refrigerator, no.
In the refrigerator.
How bad is it?
Bad enough.
All right, give me the bad news. Who do I report to?
What's the matter? You figure you still need a babysitter?
You really want me to handle it, Mike?
No. No, what I really want is for the killer to get away.
I just meant thank you. Can I take Martin on with me?
I don't know. Oh, he's kind of green.
You mean I wasn't when you first broke me in?
I had 24 years when I took you on. You had 2.
That's 2 with you. You always said that was worth 10 with anybody else.
Trapped by the truth. Give me the sticks.
Take it easy, easy.
Come on. Open the door. Wider, wider.
You know, I wasn't expecting any undying gratitude, but couldn't you be a little happier?
Happier?
Yeah. You could be bored out of your skull typing reports.
Sorry. Busy boy, DS. Grand theft, auto, 14. Juvenile hall, 6 months. Shoplifting, age 16. Case dismissed when store decided not to prosecute. Assault and battery, still 16. Another hitch in juvie, 4 months. Purse snatching, age 17. Dismissed. Must have spooked the witness. Possession of marijuana, suspended sentence. Turned 18 last month. It's the best thing that ever happened to this city, that last birthday. Maybe now we can put him where he belongs.
You don't think we ought to give him a trial?
You heard his track record.
Well, I didn't hear anything about murder.
You will. And that's one report I won't mind typing.
Buenos días, amigos.
Hello.
I'm glad you came by. What can I pour you? Well, so how about a buttermilk?
Sure, I'll try just about anything once.
2?
No.
Thank you.
Rafael Diaz, where do we find him?
Diaz.
Yeah, you got it. D-I-A-Z.
Somebody say I know him?
Well, he used to work across the street, Mr. Loza, for Joseph Zale. And we heard that some of the guys at the market used to come over here after their shift.
Posible.
No posible, Loza. Definamente. Todos los días aquí. Now, where do we find him?
Excuse me, I have some other business.
Diaz killed a man this morning. If you don't cover for him, we'll have your license lifted so fast.
Jim.
They're all alike. They all look out for each other.
Who's they?
Buttermilk's on the house.
Thank you. What was that all about, huh? Look, I'm talking to you. Look, if you got personal feelings about something, maybe you don't belong on this job.
Yeah, I got personal feelings. I saw that old guy they covered up with a sheet this morning. I saw what 338 slugs can do to somebody point blank.
That's not what I'm talking about, and you know it.
Okay, I know it. And maybe I know more than you. I've seen that hat dance before. I grew up with guys like that, Steve. I've seen them operate all my life. They only sit up and speak on one cue.
Well, I'm going to give you a cue right now. You just cool it. You come on one more time like that, and I'm going to be writing a report. It's yours.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on, man.
See, Jim. Listen. No. Listen, fella, never mind about the ankle. It'll be all right. Just give me a couple of weeks. Just 5 days. That's... Listen, I call... Has Steve come in yet? Hasn't he phoned? What's that? I know all about the APB on Diaz. Why don't you give me something new? Uh-huh. Well, has he checked the bar, Loza's bar? Just a minute! What? You say there's trouble? What? Did Steve handle it all right? Oh, listen, there's someone at my front door. I'll call you back. Coming, coming!
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I got something for you.
Thanks.
Couldn't see on those crutches. Didn't fit your image.
It'll come in handy, you know.
Mark and I are going to try one more lead before we call it a day. Yeah, you want me to turn that off?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Something we scrounged up out of Diaz's probation report. A pool hall.
Well, you didn't have to come around at all if you didn't feel like it.
Well,
you
I
know?
just figured you'd be calling every 5 minutes, wanting to know where we are, what we're doing.
Are you kidding? What would I call in for? It's your case. I'm relaxing, taking it easy, reading, watching TV. How's it going?
It's not. I got nothing, Mike. Diaz has been reported as far south as Candlestick Park and as far north as Sausalito. I think he's still in the Mission District.
I agree. Anyone ask you to take you in the bar?
The bar?
Yeah, you know the one across from the produce market.
Yeah, I know
What's
the bar.
name? The
Loz's.
Loz's, that's right.
Yeah, we checked it out.
And?
Well, you know how people are, Mike. Sometimes they're not that anxious to help. You got to kind of ease the information out of them.
Well?
Martin got impatient.
And he came on too hard.
The guy clammed up. Means another trip back there. Martin's okay. I think he'll be a good cop. He's, just like you said, he's a little bit green.
It's your case.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, by the way, did Hasidian tell you that I ordered a 24-hour surveillance on the docks?
Yeah, smart thinking.
I knew it. You've been checking it every 5 minutes, haven't you?
So I called in. I was curious.
Sure you were.
Don't make a big deal about it. That's still your baby.
Sure it is. You're still the babysitter. I'll see you later, Mike. Terrific looking spot.
Now, what'd you expect?
Look, will you just play it cool this time?
Or what?
Or you're gonna get your head handed to you by Mike Stone.
Oh, did he write the book?
You better believe it. Mr. Candoni, I'm Inspector Keller. It's Inspector Martin. You know a Rafael Diaz?
Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
Diaz. Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know him. I mean, you know, he comes in here once in a while for a game.
Well, has he been in tonight?
Tonight. No, not for a couple of weeks, maybe.
Thank you.
You. We're looking for Rafael Diaz. You know him? Hey, I'm talking to you.
Sabe inglés, hombre.
Well, maybe you better learn. When was the last time you saw Diaz?
El papel está malo. Ah, pues, hago los puercos, ¿no?
Hands against the wall, feet apart. Everybody else just relax. Relax.
We run him in?
Come on, man, I ain't done nothing. Well, come on, mister, tell him. You come here looking for somebody named Diaz. That ain't my fault I don't know him.
We can hold him long enough to run a make. Who knows, 48 hours in the slammer might bring back his memory.
Hey, wait a minute. Just wait a minute, okay? Maybe I do know him, but so does Candoli. He was letting him stay here. It ain't my fault.
Wait a minute. I remember now.
He was here when I came in. He asked me for money. I told him no way.
When was that?
Just before you got here. He took off then. But I didn't help him, man. I didn't help him at all. Come on, what about me, huh? I didn't do nothing.
Throw you in the backseat with Candoli, side by side, muchachos.
So when we ran the make, we turned up a warrant for parole violation. And Jim and I spent the next 2 hours trying to tie him in with Diaz.
Did you say Martin roughed him?
Well, he didn't rough him, but he sort of handled him anyway. You see, Campos made some kind of crack in Spanish, and...
Like Diaz in the apartment.
Yep.
Steve, listen. Did Martin lean on anybody whose name wasn't like Diaz, Campos, Loza?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry I woke you up.
You woke me up.
I'll call you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, Mike.
Could I have the telephone number, please, of the bus depot? No, the main one downtown.
Yes?
Mrs. Martin?
Martinez.
Lieutenant Stone, San Francisco Police. Could I talk to you for a minute, please?
What about?
Your son.
Please come in.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Do you mind if I unbutton my sweater?
No, a little warmer here than in your San Francisco, huh?
Yes, but it's just what the doctor ordered.
So, my son is truly no in trouble.
No, but Mrs. Martinez, do you know what your son gave the police personnel officer about his family background? Father, Henry Martin, deceased. Mother, Mary F. Martin. I was wondering, is it Mary or Maria?
Maria. Maria Pomposa Fuentes Martinez.
And your husband, Henry?
Enrique.
Don't you think the information was designed to, well, to disguise the fact that your son is a Mexican-American?
That is what he wanted.
Why?
You would not understand.
Try me.
It's no one thing. Just living here like this and knowing people who do less have more because they are Anglo, and watching his father spend his whole life being humiliated by weaker men, watching him die broken and defeated, and losing all respect for him because of it. And then, when he went to college in San Jose, I changed his name. No more Jaime, James, and not Martinez, Martin.
You did that?
I want my son to have a chance at something good now.
But he does have, at least I think so. He has a chance to be a good cop. But he has to accept people for what they are. And he can't do that if he doesn't accept himself first.
A wetback, a picker, a mex, a greaser. That is what my son has been called all his life. Is that what he should accept, Mr. Stone?
But your son wants to be a policeman. And a cop's life is like, well, it's not easy, especially today. A cop's life is like looking down a long hall of mirrors. Every case shows him another part of himself. And if he hates what he's looking at, he can't do his job. You know, I think that your son and I are very much alike right now. We both have our handicaps, our burdens.
Yes, but yours will come off, Mr. Stone. It is only plaster. But if you are right, and if what I do is wrong, my son could be crippled forever. Can you help him?
I'll try, Mrs. Martinez.
Gracias.
I'll try.
Gracias.
Thought I'd try a little replay on that buttermilk. Just getting a taste for it.
Where's the stormtrooper?
I left him out in the car. Didn't want you to shortchange me, you know what I mean?
He's a hard nose. You know that?
No. No, he's not. He's just newer than me, if you can believe that.
Okay, he's new, and he's a hard nose. Did you find your guy?
Diaz? No.
Tough. Joe was a good guy. I was sorry he got it. Used to come in here once in a while. Diaz. Diaz and a couple of his friends.
You know their names?
Mm-mm. They weren't market guys.
Well, you know what they look like?
No, not really. Hey, wait a minute. There is something else. One of the guys drove a tow truck. Central Salvage. I remember because he parked in the alleyway once. Locked the beer truck, and I said, hey, man, you got to get that truck out of there.
Mr. Loza, thank you.
Hey, you forgot your... change.
You haven't seen him recently, huh?
No? Well, not for a couple of weeks, anyway. But we heard about the old man that Diaz worked for. Is that why you're looking for Diaz?
You any of his friends?
No way.
How about you?
Oh, man, I hardly knew the kid. He's one of Clark's buddies, not mine.
He's not a buddy, man. He's just a guy I met towing jobs around the market.
Beautiful car you got here.
It ain't his, it's ours, man. We both kicked in.
It's nice.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys.
Sure, have a nice day.
Later, babe.
0. You got 0, pal.
I don't know about that. Diaz plus 2 equals 3. Did you get a make on that license plate?
Plates? Didn't have any plates.
Right. Just a dealer's name. Well, look who's here. You just couldn't stay away, could you?
Like they say, it gets in the blood.
Sure it does, just like the virus.
Anything new?
Let you know after I make a phone call.
Oh, Jim, can I see you for a minute?
Sure. How you feeling?
Good enough to go on duty, I think.
Meaning you're taking me off the case?
Well, I've got all the reports here, and maybe we ought to...
You've been talking to Steve.
That's got nothing to do with Steve. The assignment was only for the time I was out.
Then it's Diaz. You're still blaming me for his getting away.
No, I'm not blaming you for anything. It's just that I'm concerned. I'm concerned about some of your attitudes, and, well, I think that maybe we ought to have a talk about them. And soon. Now, you go back to Hasidian in the morning, and we'll talk about it in the afternoon, okay?
Okay. Lieutenant.
What's with him?
Well, I just took him off the case. Get your call through?
Yeah. Yeah, we got the jackpot, Mike. I called that car dealer. Johnson and Clark put down $1,300 cash, plus the trade-in on their 62 Volks. Guess what color the Volks is?
Just a hunch. Light-colored.
Beige. And you remember how much Joe Zale carried with him every Thursday?
2,000?
Right. And 2/3 of that is 1,300 plus some change. And I figured Diaz for another third.
2,000?
Right.
Buddy boy, you stick with me and you're gonna make it.
Yes?
Is Rafael there?
Who is this?
Campos. Guillermo Campos.
I do not know any Campos.
Rafael does.
He asked me for some bread last night at the pool hall. Is he there?
No.
He said it was really important, you know.
That's why I called. She did me a favor once, so you should tell him I don't want no trouble. But I'll be at the old church on 23rd Street tonight at 10 o'clock. Okay?
But maybe he will not call. Maybe I cannot get the message to him in time.
You tell him, lady. Campos, the old church, 10 o'clock.
How many times I gotta tell you I save that money?
You're a part-time driver, Johnson. You make $68.50 a week, and you never had a savings account in your life.
All right, then, dude. I won it in a card game. Why don't you go ahead and tell him, Clark? Tell the man, would you?
Yeah, right, man. Yeah, I remember.
Is that right? Where'd you get the other $650 from, huh?
$650, man. I don't have no 600.
That's right. Joe Zale carried $2,000 for his drivers that night.
Two of you got the information from Diaz, and you figured it was an easy setup. Now, isn't that right?
Oh, come on. No, man. You're crazy.
Who was driving the VW that night, you or Clark?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a VW.
Not now, you don't. It helped pay for this car, along with most of that $2,000.
How much Diaz get, huh?
You don't have to tell him anything. You don't have to tell him nothing.
Why don't you just shut up? You're just in this thing as deep as I am. Get out of here.
Get your feet apart.
All right.
Hands too. Come on. All right. All right, how much is it? Huh? How much is it? What do you want me to guess? $650? Diaz's cut?
All right. It was his job, man, Diaz, right? I mean, there wasn't supposed to be no shooting.
That's right. That's right, man. Diaz was supposed to stay outside, you know? But then the old man started shoving back, so Diaz ran in, he grabbed Johnson's gun,
And he was the guy that hit the old dude. I mean, all we did was just haul Diaz out of there and drop him off. I mean, nobody was supposed to get hit.
That's right. He's telling you, man. That's the truth he's laying on you.
Right now, I'm going to lay the truth on both of you.
Mike.
Read it to me.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be held against you. In a court of law, you have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish one.
Liars! They are trying to blame Rafi for what they did. Rafi is not a bad boy.
Miss Diaz, Johnson and Clark have signed statements that Raphael...
It is not true.
And the only person that can prove that is your brother.
We'll catch him sooner or later, Miss Diaz.
I don't know anything.
That's a lie, girl, isn't it? I heard you talking to Raphael on the telephone. Don't you shame me, too. You will tell the police everything you know about Raphael, and you will tell them now.
All right. A man named Campos called a couple of hours ago. He has money for Raphael. They're going to meet at the old church on 23rd Street at 10 o'clock tonight.
I thought you said Campos was in jail.
He is. There's no way. You think Martin...
Please, senor. You promise Raphael will not be hurt?
Well, maybe you'd better light candles.
Diaz? Diaz?
Point blank, Diaz. That's how you gave it to the old man at that market. That's how you don't miss. Point blank. Did you get a good look at what you did to him, Picker?
Hey, man, take it easy. Sure, man, sure. But, like, what are you doing? I mean, you gonna take me in or what?
I said shut up! Cállate! You got it now? You looking for a way out? There's a door open behind me.
Hey, man, no.
Run! At least you know how to do that.
Please, man, listen. I'll tell you everything. You take me in, I'll tell you. I swear, man.
I said run! Don't crawl!
No, man, please. Please, man. Come on, hombre. Por amor de Dios, no quiero morir.
Damn it, don't crawl! Be a man, not a cobarde chicano.
Oh, you're the man, huh? All right, man. Shoot me. Come on, I'm asking you for a stinking trial. You say you're the stinking judge. All right. Be the executioner, man. Shoot me.
Jim?
You're dirt. You're nothing but dirt.
Put it away, Jim.
He's guilty!
We'll find that out.
I know. He was born guilty.
Of what, Jaime? Being the same as you? I've been to Salinas, Jim. I met a wonderful woman there. She asked me to help her undo what she's afraid she did to her son. I told her I'd try to talk to him if it wasn't too late. Are we talking, Jim? Oh, I've already got one.
Why don't you read him his rights?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning, if you wish one. You all right? Paco, I know he's fast, but you got height on him. Use it. And use the old cabeza, too. Rodriguez. Move with it. Keep those hands out. All right? All right, let's go.
Hey! How you doing? We're out here for a little scouting.
Looking for a Chicano All-American?
I think we found him. When is he coming back?
When he gets his head together.
Hey! Hold this, will you? Hey, come on. Right here, right here. Come on. Come down. Who wants to go down? Come on. Come on. Where are you? Where are you? Come over here. Get over there. Oh, yeah. That's a big man. Come on.
The Streets of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Carl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars George Voskovec, Michael Ansara, Christopher Stone. Tonight's episode, The Year of the Locusts.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is security in the west building. The lights keep going out here. Maybe you better get the power company to check on it. Okay, I'll have a look around. Hold it. Right there.
Hey. Josh. Josh, he's dead.
Yeah, all right.
Josh, he's dead!
All right, come on. Come on, Jerry. Let's go.
You can't run forever, buddy boy. Come. Come on, get off your bicycle. Come on.
Stick and move, stick and move. That's all you old men know.
Old man, I'll give you, old man, you back track and tap dancer, you. Come on.
This man moves like a butterfly and stings like a bee.
And runs like a rabbit, huh? Baby, this. Look
Hey, Stone!
Yeah. Yeah.
Telephone.
Okay, Tiger. Hey, lucky that bell rang, because I was just about ready to ring yours.
What'd you do? Get someone to bail you out after 5 rounds?
I'll tell you a secret. I thought of it, huh? Yeah, Stone. Yeah. We're coming right over. Yeah, I know where it is.
What?
Oh, I was just thinking. Here we are, working out, feeling good, full of ginger. Somebody else takes the count.
You got a killing?
Ghirardelli, night watchman, walked in on someone at the Imperial Jade Company. Well, come on, let's take him off.
Lieutenant, Inspector, just about done with the scud work. Owner's in the office.
Where's the body?
Round the corner. Took a slug point blank, looks like.
How'd he get in?
This roof door over there.
Right.
Did you get the coroner?
On the way.
Yeah, powder burns, all right. You're right, he took the shot point blank. What's the owner's name?
Oh, Mr. Wu.
Mr. Wu. Mr. Wu, Lieutenant Stone, homicide.
How do you do, Lieutenant?
How much did they get?
Over $500,000.
All in jade?
Yes.
Well, any of it carved, traceable?
It was the finest grade Imperial jade. Flown to any of the world markets. The individual pieces could be sold at full price, and there would be no way of tracing them.
All right. The insurance company should reimburse you in full, I should think, shouldn't they?
I'm sure they will. They're a very reputable firm. And so are we, Lieutenant.
Oh, I know that, Mr. Wu, but every once in a while some very reputable fingers get caught in some very reputable tills. Here, if you happen to think of anything more on the shooting, why, there's my number.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
You don't figure an inside job, do you, Lieutenant?
Well, it's pretty tough to break in from the outside, isn't it? All those lights on and locks, security checks, and...
You're thinking inside.
Yeah, unless you've got something that says it's different.
Well, Nelson might. There was a power company truck outside at 3 a.m. this morning. He called the company, and there were no details for this area, but there was a stolen truck reported.
Let's go. Stay here.
Oh, man, you gotta be an engineer or have a diagram for a job like this.
Well, let's suppose they did have a diagram, then what?
Well, yeah, they could then bring each wire to the alarm system and the electric eye, yeah.
They'd know how long to keep it turned off before it could be traced.
Well, I'll get it dusted, but I don't think a job this smooth, they leave prints.
What'd you like?
Looks like grease. It's more like tar. It's the same stuff I found on the stairs up by the roof.
You mean down here and up there? It could be the same person?
2 guys that work at the same job, roofing company, gas station.
All right. Let's get it to the lab. Okay, thanks, buddy. Oh, no, it can't be.
What?
Has it been 7 or 8 years?
Could be.
What are you talking about?
Gypsies, buddy boy. Modern-day gypsies, the Fergusons.
Who?
Fergusons. Haven't you ever heard of Angus Ferguson?
No.
Well, you will. They're like locusts. They pick a town and they pick it clean.
Bunko, huh?
Yeah, none better. You know, old man Angus has mastered every con and hustle you can think of.
You want to hit them now before they get started?
No. There's nothing to bust them on. He keeps them all just this side of the law, never any violence. Look, get on the box. Tell Bunko to batten down.
Right.
Pick one. Anyone. Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts for the princess of my heart. Your turn now, Nicholas. Come on, practice, Nicky, practice. This afternoon, the visit is over. We put you on the bus and you go home to your mama. I want you to show her what you learned.
Angus! We are almost there.
Frisco 1, this is Alpha 1.
Hold on, Grandpa. Dad, Grandpa's on the horn.
Okay. Hello, Papa.
Roger. Alpha 1 approaching Northwest Sector 24. Countdown to arrival 0 - 2. Our quarters secured?
Yeah, Papa, we're all set.
Any problems?
No, Papa, everything's under control.
Roger. Over and out.
I think maybe we ought to think about breaking this off right here and now.
Why?
See, old man, you know how he's going to take this.
Yeah, I think I do. If he finds out.
It's never been killing before. Con, flim-flam, hustle. Never murder.
Hey, now, wait a minute. That wasn't murder.
But Josh...
No, wait. You weren't there. I mean, that job was planned just like everything else we do. And the one thing you can't plan for, can't program, is a freak accident. That guard had a gun. There was no other way out, Al. Now, you want to call that whole scene an accident, self-preservation, whatever. Not murder.
Papa. Josh is right.
The man is dead!
All right, we can't change that, Al. Look, you're sitting on $500,000. That's what you wanted. James wanted. Jerry, I wanted. All right, we got that. One more job and the family will never have to hustle again. Stopping now isn't going to change what happened. What would you have done in my place, Al?
Okay. Get the doors open. Let's stop where Papa doesn't find it.
Okay.
San Francisco. Our city, Mama. Our city. Just for the taking.
Henry Cartwright.
Yes?
Well, congratulations. Well, you were referred to us by your neighbor, Mrs. Kramer, I believe, for a free set of complete rain gutters.
Free?
Yes, ma'am. You see, if your roof is 8 years old or less, well, it's like a promotional. Well, your roof is 8 years old.
Well, it's a little over 8.
Well, how much more?
Well, a 10.
Oh, gee, I'm very sorry.
Oh, but my husband keeps it in excellent repair.
Well, Mrs. Cartwright, we have specifications by which we maintain...
Actually, what you put on this paper is what really counts, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is, but we still have
Oh,
certain
8
standards.
years.
But, Mrs.
Oh, please.
Well, maybe just this time. It'll probably only cost you peanuts to bring this roof up to specifications anyway. You win, Mrs. Cartwright.
There's a ladder in the garage.
Okay, let's get it moving. There we go, Mr. Hopkins. Just give us your John Henry right by the X, right there.
And all I'm paying for is the maintenance, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Of course, you know you're signing that you won't tell your neighbors about that. That's your guarantee to the company in exchange for promotional value to us. Right?
I call that square. By the X, you say?
Right. Right there, sir.
Hey! What are you people doing here?
Oh, hi, Mr. Whipple.
No, it's not Whipple, it's Ralph Dunn, and I own this house. Now, what are you people doing here?
Dunn? Look at that. We come to the wrong house.
Terrific. Well, I'm sorry, sir. You see, Mr. Whipple said that we could resurface his driveway. We're giving him the whole job for half price, being as he's the first one in the neighborhood, and it's kind of, well, good advertising for the company, you know? Well, anyway, I'm sorry if we disturbed you, Mr. Dunn.
Dunn.
Think we can find the right place this time?
Hey, wait a minute. You kind of unloaded anyway. Hey, you say you're giving a resurfacing job at half price?
Yeah.
Why not me instead of Whipple?
Why not?
Sure.
You got it.
Okay.
What's going on, Leslie?
Overflow from Bunko. Chief said to lend a hand. They can't cover it all. Man, it's like an epidemic.
Ferguson.
They went through Pacific Heights, block by block, and then disappeared.
Well, what about the trucks?
Well, you can't stop every truck in town. They repaint those phony panel signs at least twice a day.
Yes, and both of them were such nice-looking boys. Couldn't have been over 20. Clean-cut, well-mannered. And so I trusted them. You would, too. But the roof never leaked before, and my husband ran the hose over it, the plastic kept out.
Are you kidding? You got to snap it up, right? And then they leave. And then you read the fine print. Have you any idea how much maintenance comes to? Bet I can give you a description.
It was that sneaky one. That sneaky one who called and told me how I'd been picked. They said they were going to resurface my whole driveway for half price if I was the first one in the neighborhood. And then all they did was spray some kind of stuff on it that melted the top and made it look pretty good. And then they said it was going to dry in 6 hours. Now look what happened to these shoes after I just walked on it. Now, I paid good money for those shoes, and I paid a lot more for a driveway that's oozing into my front lawn. Now, I want my money.
Excuse me, may I see that for just a minute?
And I want those people put in jail where they belong.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Mike, someone just had their driveway resurfaced.
By the Fergusons?
Sounds that way, yeah?
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Why not? And you know what I'm thinking? This is the same stuff we found on the steps of the Jade Company.
Okay, get it under the microscope.
Jerry, remember, the first great material goes on last, so it shows.
Oh, Grandpa, that's what we're doing right now.
Let me see those. These are the factory rejects?
Well, yeah, Gramps. You see, the Denver house didn't have any more rejects, so they gave us seconds.
Seconds? What kind of a unit profit can we expect laying out perfectly good seconds?
But, Gramps, you see...
You tell Denver this is a business I run, not a charity.
All right, Grandpa.
Okay, okay? Did you see that?
What?
The way he looked at me. The way they all looked at me.
Oh, Angus.
Don't tell me I'm imagining, Mama. I've seen it for months now, ever since Ellen married Josh. That one is trouble. I know it. And I know he talks against me.
What can any of the family say against you? You hold them together.
They can say I'm old, and they'd be right.
I won't listen to that.
When we began, we lived by our wits to keep the wolf from the door. But now the corporations, the computers, the contracts, the lawyers, the fun is gone. Only the taking remains, and that can be dangerous. People like Josh, they don't know what it is to be hungry, to be without. They've had too much, and they want too much more. I worry even my own sons don't know.
I think you worry too much, Angus.
I hope so, Mama. I hope so.
Come, let's get back to the office.
Can you feel it, Al? Down there, all around us. The old man says to do your homework, right? Well, I did mine. You know what the volume is in this place? The securities, I mean. After 12:30 every day, San Francisco is the leading securities market in the world.
Josh, it's impossible to pull off.
Well, not for us. We've got the manpower, the files, the figures, even a network to get it out of the country. We've got it all, Al. The old man set it up. All we have to do is work it like we did with the Jade Company.
It's a little bigger than that, Josh.
But so are we. Right, brother?
It's the same substance, all right, on all the samples.
Okay, thanks, Ben. No, something's wrong.
Mike, I'm sorry it fits. And what's more, ties together both the killing and the robbery.
Now, Angus Ferguson is a lot of things, but he's not a killer.
Well, maybe you're not the only one who's getting older. Maybe he's not running the show
That's
anymore.
not funny, buddy boy. The way that old man has built up this organization over the years in wrong hands, oh.
Now, you just show the rest of the guys that Jade, okay? Tell them what we pulled off on our own. They'll all be with us.
Not Papa.
But we don't need him for this. He won't be involved. Now, look around you, Al. Pick a target. There, there, there. We're walking down the street with four of the largest commercial banks in the state, including the world's largest. They're all handling those stocks and bonds. Stuff that takes months, maybe even years to trace. I'm telling you, brother, now is the time. And like the natives say, this is the city. Huh?
Okay, Josh.
Atta baby, come on.
really a gypsy name, is it?
Angus came from the Balkans somewhere. Changed his name when he got to this country. He told those kids he wanted in a crap game.
So you really knew him?
No, I grew up with him. Same block. Ma Ferguson's kitchen was one of the best places in the Potrero. She used to make cookies like... Did you ever taste a gypsy cookie?
No. What are they?
I don't know. I never asked her. I only know that I've never tasted anything better in my life.
So when did he take off for the road?
Oh, just after the war, I think. The old man got the idea from the Germans. Blitzkrieg a neighborhood and move out fast.
And the lady you're gonna see, this is his daughter?
Yeah. Bonnie. We went to school together.
Well, why didn't she stay with him?
Well, I think she took a lot of heat from the kids about her father. Got tired of it, I guess. Disowned them completely.
And you think that she's gonna put you in touch with the old man?
Maybe.
No. Whatever they are, they're still my parents, Mike. If the law wants them, the law can find them.
Well, I just wanted to ask Angus some questions, Bonnie, that's all.
You think he'd answer them?
This time, yes. It's about murder.
What? And you think it was the family?
I think I can prove it.
Oh, Mike, you have to be wrong. Papa wouldn't let that happen.
Well, maybe he's in trouble. Maybe he didn't know. When was the last time you talked to him?
He and Ma call once a year. On my birthday.
Your birthday? Say, it's the same month as mine, isn't it? Capricorn?
Yes.
It's been a while.
It's been a while for you to remember that, too.
Yes, it has, hasn't it? And I also remember that you were as stubborn as I was.
You're not going to let go of this, are you?
I can't, even if I wanted to, Bonnie.
You know, every month they send me a check for $1,000. And every month I tear it up. I pay a pretty high price to lead a decent life, Mike. But I won't turn them in.
And you do know how to reach them.
Well, I have a number. It changes every time the check comes. Papa wants to make sure I have a place to call in case I need any help. Or if something happens, it says he does. I never used it.
But use it now, Bonnie. Tell him to set up a meeting, anytime, any place. Just the two of us. It'll be private, I promise. Just to talk.
Okay, take it out.
And with the comparison figures of the same quarter last year, we see profits are up 5.5%.
Plain cash, that's only about $40,000 per family.
You look down your nose on that. Do you know what your mama and I had to do for 1/10 of that when you were a baby?
Well, I'm not a baby now, so don't talk to me like one. No, Ma. We're supposed to go over the books. Okay, let's go over the books. Let's go over all the years of this community enterprise and add up how much we have from it.
Obviously, you did some adding of your own before you asked for this meeting.
Look, Papa, we have the ability and the technology to walk into a city and walk out with anything we want.
And we do just that.
No, we don't. We only do what you want, what you say.
You want something bigger?
Yes, a lot bigger.
Like?
Like that.
Where did you get it?
It's not important.
I'll decide what's important.
Not right now, Papa. What's important is that we talk, because there's a lot more of that and a lot of other places we can take.
Silence.
Papa, we don't have to change all the methods, only the targets. All I want is
silence. I will not be dictated to.
Well, you dictate to everybody else.
Yes, because this old gypsy is smarter than everybody else. He has never been the victim of greed, and make no mistake. Greed victimizes all who fall into its trap. That's the secret behind our success. We made greed our ally. But it's a two-edged sword, boy. You can live by the greed of others or die by your own. Now, I want to know where this came from, and I want to know why I wasn't told about it before.
Angus.
Grandpa, there's a call on your emergency line.
It's Bonnie. She's the only one who has that number.
You're in charge, Albert. Alert everyone, we may have to execute an emergency escape. But when I get back, I want those answers.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. He said alone.
Michael Stone, look at you. And look at me, eh? An old man. But you, the years are good to you.
Hello, Mr. Ferguson.
Angus. You must call me Angus, Michael. Now we are men together. Sit or stroll?
Let's walk.
Good.
You're not an easy man to find.
If I were, we'd see a lot of each other, eh?
Yeah, I suppose so. So I certainly appreciate your coming.
It must be very important to you. I'm sure it's not the policy of your department to meet with a person like myself and not place them under arrest.
Well, I don't have a warrant for your arrest, and I don't have any evidence to tie you in personally with this case I'm on. I just wanted to talk to you about it.
What is that, Michael?
Murder.
That isn't my, how do you call it, M.O.?
I know it isn't. But I believe that a member of the family killed the night watchman at the Imperial Jade Company, the night before you came to town.
Killed him before we came to town? I don't follow that logic.
When you hit a town, you hit it like a bolt of lightning and you disappeared just as fast. Now you know that you couldn't do that if you didn't send a few of the boys in ahead. Who were they?
I'm not in the habit of discussing the method of my operations with the police, Michael.
Well, Mr. Ferguson, I know a part of me is a cop. You're right. But there's still a part of me that's a little kid sitting in your kitchen, gobbling down cookies, watching you do card tricks. I believed in you. What do you say?
Michael.
Who were they?
They're my family.
I understand that, and I respect it. But isn't it time you taught them to respect the law? I knew you didn't teach them to murder.
I taught them all I knew, but never to kill.
Well, now you know that one of them is a murderer.
You must believe it, or you wouldn't have said that. Be in your office tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I'll let you know. One way or the other, you'll get my message. killer.
Papa, no.
You robbed and you killed. You broke all the rules. And you killed.
He didn't kill anybody, Grandpa.
You were with him.
That's right. And so were they.
And so the rest of us now, Grandpa.
You all know what happened. And you condone it.
Grandpa, we couldn't help what happened.
You could have helped by not being there. You could have remembered what I told you about guns and violence.
And we could spend the rest of our lives nailing shingles and slopping tar, but we're not going to do it. We're going to take the same samplings that you use in your operation with one difference. We're going to make one big score.
It was you. You pulled the trigger. You shot the man and left him.
He pulled a gun on me.
You shouldn't have had a gun.
Gramps, would you rather see me dead? Have Ellen become a widow? Is that what you want, Gramps?
You shouldn't have even been there.
Papa, we got away with $500,000 in one night.
You broke all the rules.
Well, there are going to be some new rules now, Grandpa. And we're going to make them.
Good morning.
Morning, buddy boy.
Any word from the old man yet?
No.
Well, things have slowed down anyway. See, you finally got the sketches.
Yeah. He's Albert. I know him. He's the oldest. The other two must be grandsons.
And you think he's going to call, huh?
He said he would.
Maybe he's putting you on, too.
Maybe.
It's going to be a blitzkrieg. This is Montgomery Street. They call it the Street of Banks. This is target A, B, C, and D. I figured this baby for $200,000 to $300,000 in securities.
You intend to hit them all at once?
That's right.
4 banks on the same street, all at the same time.
Well, the hand is quicker than the eye, Gramps, remember? We're only after the securities they're holding. We'll arrive by appointment and deal with one trusting soul in the back room. In the true Ferguson style, of course.
How do you leave this trusting soul?
Well, just so we won't talk, Papa. He'll be bound and gagged.
And shot to death if he resists.
Maybe you'd better sit down, Grandpa. We're trying to run a tight ship here, like you taught us. Okay?
Tell him. Tell him that Fergusons are not common thieves. They're not murderers. Tell him you will not risk taking any more lives. Tell him that, and I will forgive you.
Please, sit down.
Greed. Greed.
You know, I was thinking last night, there's one thing in common with all these Ferguson jobs.
You mean about their planning and research?
No, the trucks.
Well, I thought we discussed the trucks, about how they change their signs 10 times a week.
I know we discussed it, but they have to have some place to change them. A paint shop, garage, warehouse, something.
Well, you know that's pretty good for a tap dancer. Come on, let's talk to the building department. What's this?
It's been checked out, Mike. Lady named Bonnie Lawson dropped it off at the front desk. Said it was something from her father. Had to be hand-delivered at 9 sharp.
Well, what is it?
Something from the kitchen, kolache.
What?
Here, I'll explain later. Just read.
Michael, you are right. I have been a poor teacher, but I am preparing one last lesson. What's he talking about?
Read.
I will need time, but I will not take too long. 1 more hour will suffice. You must proceed as directed and arrive precisely at 10 o'clock. At that time, I will know to what degree I have failed, and the fate of the Fergusons will then be in your hands. Your first stop is the newsboy near Gary and Laguna.
Thanks.
Right, sir.
It should have taken you 10 minutes.
Took 12.
Your next stop, Kim's Treasure House.
What is this? Scavenger hunt?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You know this is crazy, don't you? I'm a Willis for a killer, and he's playing games.
Angus has played games all his life.
Yeah, shell games, con games, but this is something else.
Ferry building. Come on, and he says you've got exactly 11 minutes to make it.
20 minutes, Papa.
Thanks. Here, come on. Read it.
Last stop, Michael. You are exactly 15 minutes from the warehouse where we are headquartered. I have diagrammed a blueprint of the building on the back of this note. I suggest you radio for assistance. You will need 4 black and whites to block vehicle escape routes marked in red on the diagram. 10 men will be required to cover pedestrian exits, including the roof. These are marked in yellow.
Go on. Go on. What about our man?
My son-in-law, Josh Evans, shot the watchman. 3 others planned the robbery with him. My son, Albert, and 2 of my grandsons, James and Jerry. There will be no shooting this time. You have my word. The word of a gypsy.
He didn't read between the lines. He just retired. What's the address?
Beach and Garvey.
Beach and Garvey. All units within vicinity of Beach and Garvey. Code 3000.
I ask you again, stop what you're doing. Albert, James, Jerry, Josh, stay with me and I will stay with you. We'll confess to the police together. Pay our debt together. I beg you. Stop what you're planning and stay with me.
That's beautiful, Gramps. But I think you can stop the con. We know what we're doing.
All right. As you will. Nama.
Where are you going?
That no longer concerns you, Josh. Any of you.
That's right. This is all that concerns you now. It's all yours. The trucks, the merchandise, everything. My boy, I give you the business.
Hey, it's okay, Al. Come on. After this job, we'll patch things up. We'll get back together. You know that.
All exits are covered. Stay right
What's up?
Stay right where you are. Stand still.
You all right?
Yeah. I guess the old man was right, huh? No guns.
Just the word of a gypsy. All right, you know, from the looks of their books, they're out of business for good.
Yep. But he got away, the old man.
Yeah, of course he did. He's a wizard.
He's a what?
A wizard, buddy boy. A master of magic.